Back now to the Lion's Den, where Tony Bazan is trying to convert our memory misers into memory maestros. With summer upon us, he's teaching them a different technique to remember 20 holiday essentials by making ludicrous associations with the animals around them.
So we're going to buy 20 different things, and those 20 things are going to be connected, associated with the animals you see. So for example, the first animal we have seen is the giraffe, the giraffes, and the thing you're going to buy is sunscreen oil. So you have to connect the sunscreen oil with the giraffe. How could you do that?
So could I rub the sunscreen on the giraffe?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
Right? So you've got to imagine it going up that enormous neck, with your hand, get all your senses involved, feel it. So when you think giraffe, when you're trying to remember, what is it? What you got to buy?
Sunscreen in the giraffe. Okay.
Is that easy?
Yeah. Yeah.
The llama. You've got to buy a swimsuit.
Oh, I can see a llama in a gorgeous Diamante bikini.
For camel, we've got foreign currency. So you imagine the hump filled with money. The wolf pack here, you have to remember, is country maps.
What about Wolfpack's country maps? To rhyme.
Poetry.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Imagine all those monkeys, right?
Wow.
With their airline tickets.
Yes.
Late to get to the flight, with their tickets in their hands, kind of thing. It's like that, isn't it?
Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side.
So linking mundane items to the bizarre helps make the memory stick. But it's not just a big game. Let's see how they do when put to the final test.
Okay, ladies, this is the final test. So Sharon and Jill, if you could kindly put on your blindfolds and your earmuffs, and Alison, you are the first contestant. So if you'd like to come up and tell me what you can remember.
Giraffe, suntan lotion.
Perfect.
Ostrich insect repellent.
Eland is sun hat.
Correct.
Flamingos, sunglasses.
Llama was a swimsuit.
And we need a flight ticket, so that's the monkeys.
A bucket and spade.
Pack of wolves, country map,
Foreign currency.
Toothbrush.
Beach towel.
digital camera.
Luggage tag.
Congratulations. Perfect marks all around.
Another Memory Manor success.
As we've discovered, remembering objects, facts and faces is much easier if we can construct a story around them, or play with the natural rhythms of the words and numbers, or break them up into easier chunks. But what do you do when you're trying to remember words that you just don't understand? Since retirement, Angie has been keen to expand her knowledge of gardening, but she's having problems with the studying. Something's just not clicking, and Angie knows that she's going to have to get her hands dirty if she's going to pass her finals.
It's a very therapeutic pastime because you can go out into the garden, the birds are singing and you can potter about, and it's very relaxing.
Angie's hobby has been given a new lease of life. After 40 years as a teacher, she's back in the classroom studying for her Royal Horticultural Society exams.
I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Well, we have to learn all the Latin names. We have to learn the science behind horticulture, transpiration, photosynthesis, all these things I'm going to have to revise for this exam.
And at 63, Angie is worried that her memory will fail her during the exam.
I know my recall isn't as good as it used to be. If you're feeling under pressure, go, panic, panic, panic. I know this, hang on a minute. I could kick myself. I've got this in my garden. I don't know that one there, do I? I should know, but I don't. It's eluded me.
Now, look at this.
To avoid being bottom of the class, she visits expert gardener Pippa Greenwood for some tips.
You've got to start, I reckon, relating. So you look at your viburnums and you can see why they're all classified as viburnums.
Yeah.
Then you look at one you've never seen, it might even be a totally new variety, and you can at least say, I reckon that's a viburnum.
Yes, because
And
you've got certain features.
things to link it together, and I think that's one of the most important things.
Grouping plants into categories is one tip, but how can Angie learn their Latin names?
Big marshmallow as well, I would think, yeah.
I'm a great believer in it's a school teacher's trick actually. I think it's the flashcards. Now I didn't get flashcards at school. So when you brush your teeth at night, stop gazing at yourself in the mirror, stick yourself a little prompt card there in front of you so that you can look at it and you think...
Flashcards around her home will mean Angie is constantly exposed to the Latin names. This sort of repetition and rehearsal over time is an effective way to cement the information into your long-term memory, ensuring it will stick in the long run and not just for the exam.
This flashcard strategy is really working. At least, I hope it is.
But to really ensure she can understand nonsensical Latin, Angie goes to meet RHS curator Matthew Wilson at the annual Chelsea Flower Show.
This is actually one called Retadophyllum.
Oh, Retadophyllum.
Yeah. So how do you think you would go about trying to get Retadophyllum in your memory banks?
Retadophyllum. Well, Rita.
Got a friend called Rita?
Well, yes, I can think of a friend called Rita. Dophyllum. Delphinium's a bit like that, isn't it? So Rita's Delphiniums, Rita Delphinium.
Perfect.
There you go.
There we are, a little bit of
Right,
yeah, exactly. Viburnum, Rita's Delphiniums, and it suddenly becomes Retadophyllum. Fantastic.
So Angie needs to associate the Latin name with a similar sounding English name. We also caught up with some familiar faces for their top tips.
The scary thing is now that for me remembering plant names is easier than remembering people's names.
Certain plant names mean something, so if it is something vulgaris, it means vulgar, means common. So like Primula vulgaris is your common primula.
Some of I used to learn in song. I remember singing Ladonna e Mobile, but with plant names. And sort of Parthenosis tricuspidata, Suya plicata, and adding names on like that, and I could see the plants come in. It sounds pathetic, but it's better than seeing other things in the bath.
Back home, Angie uses her new memory strategies as she continues with her studies. Two weeks ago, Angie was worried